In a year, living like a local in Israel.
Developing your programming skills, networking in the field of high tech, touring the startup nation,
participating in a hackathon, interning at your dream high-tech startup. It's the Startup Nation. Come experience it.
Hi, I'm Simon Cohen, the co-founder and admissions director of Aardvark Israel. We run gap year programs in Israel for Jewish students from all over the world aged 17 to 21. We run all of our programs in conjunction with Masa Israel Journey, a project of the Jewish Agency and the Israeli government. So in this presentation, we're going to be talking about the tech track. The Aardvark Israel tech track is run in conjunction with the Methodian Institute, who are experts in the world of high tech. This program is for people who are really interested in high tech and want to learn all about it on their gap year in Israel. It's for people who maybe see a future career in high tech. You're already interested in high tech and already maybe even started a career and have some skills. Or maybe it's for people who just understand that in today's world, everybody needs some basic skills in the world of high tech. If you're interested in any of that, this program is for you. Underlying all of our programs is this idea of immersion into Israeli society. We want you to feel like you're living in Israel. This is not a tourist program. It's not a few days of fun in the sun. We want you to come and live here and get to know the people, the land, the language, the culture, society, the food scene, everything there is to know about Israel. And we're going to do that from a first-hand basis with you living in Israel for an extended period of time. Now on our program, because we're not affiliated with any particular religious or political movement, we have Jewish students coming from all over the world from all different backgrounds, whether that's religious or secular, left-wing or right-wing. You're going to meet people from all over the world with all sorts of different backgrounds. And they're coming literally from every country you can imagine where Jews actually live. So you can imagine yourself coming from whatever country you're coming from, and you find yourself living in an apartment with someone from Los Angeles, somebody from Sao Paulo, somebody from Sydney, Australia, somebody else from Johannesburg, and somebody from Antwerp. When else in your life are you ever going to get to live with such a wide variety of people whilst on our program? Also on our program, every community is paired with a Mechina program, and you get to do joint activities with Israelis who are doing a Mechina throughout the program. Mechina is for Israelis who have also finished high school and are doing their gap year before they go into the Israeli army. So you're meeting and interacting with Israelis who are your age, having a similar experience to you, and you're meeting with the same Israelis throughout your year. So our goal is you're making Israeli friends as well as friends from all over the world whilst you're on our program. Now our program is very much focused on personal and professional development. You're going to get to know Israel in a deep, meaningful way. You're going to get to explore your Judaism. What we want you also to do is learn life skills, learn professional skills, build up your resume, and have a meaningful year that really, instead of a gap year, as people call it, we like to call it a leap year, because you're really getting ahead in life as a result of the year or the semester you're having on our program. We also want to talk about the fact that you have a very supportive environment on our program. Our staff to student ratio is about 12 to 15 madrichim, which are counselors, to students ratio. And that means you're well taken care of, you're looked after. Our goal is that you become young, independent adults on our program. But nevertheless, we have a supportive network there to catch you when you fall, to help you when you need help, and to make sure you're really fulfilling your potential whilst you're on our program. Our program is a very urban experience. It's based smack bang in the middle of Tel Aviv and smack bang in the middle of Jerusalem. When you come for your first semester, if you're coming in September, you'll be based in Jerusalem and you'll be mainly focused on a coding course. If you choose to extend and do a full gap year with our program, in the second semester you'll be in Tel Aviv doing a high-tech internship. And then if you choose to then add on more, you can do some of our plus summer experiences, which I'll talk about at the end of the presentation, but that will take you to an 11-month program. If you're coming and starting in January, you will actually start the year in Tel Aviv with a coding course. In the second half of the year, you will then be in Jerusalem doing a high-tech internship. And in the middle of your year, you can do our plus summer experiences. Now in Tel Aviv, we're in the Florentine neighborhood. That is about a 10-minute walk from the beach. It's really near Rothschild Boulevard, if you know that, very near the Carmel Market. It's very near Old Jaffa as well. And it's a really great, exciting, vibrant neighborhood to live in. So in Jerusalem, you're living in the Machane Yehuda neighborhood. And in Machane Yehuda, which is the market, you get to live right next to the market. It's very happening all day and all night long. There's always something going on in and around Machane Yehuda. You're also only a 10-minute walk from the old city of Jerusalem, and you're about a 5-minute walk from downtown Ben Yehuda Street as well. So they're really living in phenomenal locations. And again, if you come for a year, you get to live in both of those places. If you come for one semester, you get to live in one of those places. Moving on to the apartments themselves. Now, on our program, you're living in fully furnished, fully equipped apartments. They're fully equipped with everything you could possibly need. And as a non-coercive program, we have apartments that cater to people who are more traditional and keep kosher or maybe keep Shabbat as well. And we have apartments that are not kosher and not Shomer Shabbat, so that anyone who isn't kosher and isn't Shomer Shabbat will feel comfortable in their apartment. Your apartment is your home, and everyone should feel comfortable in their home whilst they're on their gap year in Israel. We also, whilst you're living in your apartments, want you to learn life skills. It's about learning how to cook for yourself, to clean for yourself, do your own laundry, learning how to budget, doing your own grocery shopping. Now, for many of you, maybe you've never done that before, and don't worry, because we'll teach you how to do that. And for some of you who do know to do that, you'll be the most popular people in your apartment already. And so that's the living situation. We want you to become young, independent adults and learn these life skills whilst you're on our program in these lovely apartments, approximately 5 people in each apartment whilst you're on our program. This is a sample weekly schedule in the first semester when you'll be doing the coding course. That takes up a significant amount of time from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock on a Sunday to a Thursday. The rest of the week is split between different classes that are going on and our field trips, which take place every single Tuesday. Our weekends are on Friday and Shabbat, or Friday and Saturday, and you can do whatever you want on the weekends as long as it's legal. Visit friends, visit family, travel around. You can really, do whatever you like. We do have some optional Shabbatonim and a couple of mandatory Shabbatonim throughout each semester, so that you can also choose to come to those as well. Delving into the week in a little bit more detail, we have the coding course. The coding course is the main focus of your first semester, and you will be doing your coding course 3 days a week from around 10 in the morning to around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The coding course is going to teach you all the skills and languages you need to become a full stack developer, so that you can make websites, so you can do mobile apps, you can do all of those kind of things, and you have all the skills and knowledge you need to be able to operate in the high-tech world. It is a phenomenal course and operates on a number of different levels. So whether you're coming in with no knowledge at all, or whether you have a lot of coding experience, you're going to be able to fit in, and everybody's going to increase their knowledge, and everybody's levels will increase whilst they're on our program. Once a week, you will do a tech tour. The tech tour is designed to show you the people who have given Israel this reputation of the startup nation. We're going to take you to meet the CEOs of giant multinational corporations, and also to take you to meet entrepreneurs in high-tech incubators who are just having these brand new ideas which may or may not change the face of the world as we know it today. We'll also take you to meet venture capitalists and talk about crowdfunding with you, so you get to know the whole ecosystem of the high-tech world. And so once a week, you'll be doing these tech tours throughout the first semester. The second key component of our program is the classes. Now, the classes take place throughout the week before and after the internship and volunteering. There are different types of classes you can do, and there are different topics you can do within the classes. For those looking for it, we have a fully accredited program through Portland State University. You can earn up to 30 university credits on our program. It could count as your freshman year of college. On our program, there are lots of different subjects you can choose. Everyone on the program is learning Hebrew Ulpan, so you're learning the language. But beyond that, we have Jewish studies classes, Israel study classes, and all sorts of secular style classes as well, like politics, history, geography, literature, and a wide variety of classes you choose from. So you have a wide variety of electives to transfer back to your schools in the States. Credit is transferable to the majority of schools in the States and some schools in Canada and in Israel as well. If you aren't interested in the credits, then beyond the Hebrew Ulpan, we have all sorts of other courses and things you can choose as well. One example is our mini courses. Our mini courses are 5-week courses in lots of different subjects that you get to choose from. And that can be anything from Jewish humor to Israeli cinema to the Israeli online conversation to Hasbara, which is explaining what's going on in Israel to people and learning the skills to do that, and all sorts of other topics as well. We also offer chugim. Chugim are extracurricular activities that you can do once a week. It can be anything from yoga to meditation to photography to spoken Arabic and all sorts of courses like that as well. And you pick and choose from all those different courses I just mentioned and build your academic and educational part of the program. And then every single Tuesday, the entire day is set aside for our field trips. Now, some people, in fact, many of our students have been to Israel before. Some of you have even been many times before. So what we like to do is take you off the beaten track to what we like to call the hidden gems of Israel, those secret places that tourists don't know about. Even Israelis don't get to the places we go to. And that every single week with the program, we're doing these amazing trips all over Israel. And 3 times per semester, we'll do a longer trip where we'll spend a few days in the Golan Heights, in the Galil, the Negev Desert, the Judean Desert. We'll do a kibbutz seminar so you get a bit of a feel for what a kibbutz is all about. And that's over the course of the program. You really get to see the length and breadth of Israel whilst you're on our program. That's the daytimes. In the evening, there are also all sorts of other activities going on. And as I said earlier, some are mandatory and some are optional. Our mandatory activities include an apartment meeting, and that takes place once or even twice a week, which is our time to check in with you, make sure you're happy on the program, that everything's going well in your apartment, you're getting on with each other, you're not killing each other in the apartment. Also making sure the apartment is a clean and hygienic place to live, and doing all sorts of apartment bonding activities with you as well. Beyond that, once a week, we have a Faces of Israel activity, which is also mandatory, and is our opportunity to expose you to Israeli society, culture, politics, and things like that, through different guest speakers and activities, which will expose you to all of those aforementioned things. Beyond that, there are all sorts of other activities going on, which are optional. At least once a week, our campus rabbi is running different Jewish learning opportunities throughout the week on both campuses, including one evening a week. There's all sorts of experiential Jewish learning activities going on for those who want more opportunities for Jewish learning. Beyond that, our madrachim are running group bonding activities and social activities. It could be rock climbing, it could be acrobatics, it could be a graffiti workshop, an Israeli film night, a hummus making workshop. There's all sorts of things going on. Plus, you're living in the middle of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, so you can get out, go to sports events, concerts, art exhibits, street festivals. There's always something going on, and there's loads for you to be doing in the evenings, whether that's with the activities with us, which are optional and or mandatory, or in your own free time as well. There's always something to do. And as I said before, weekends are predominantly free, and you can do whatever you want on the weekend as long as it is legal. And that's the first semester. In the second semester, you will move through to Tel Aviv or Jerusalem if you're starting the program in January, and your week will look a little bit different. Here, you are spending most of your time doing an internship in a high-tech startup company. So you're doing the morning classes with everybody else, but from 10 o'clock until whenever you want to finish in the afternoon or evening, you're going to be working in a high-tech startup company alongside other developers, working in the high-tech world, understanding what it's like to operate in that world, building up your resume, getting first-hand work experience in the high-tech world. You'll be getting the kind of experiences that no one else your age is getting in the world of high-tech. And it's really with amazing companies. We don't go for the giant multinational corporations. They don't need you. We look for the small and medium-sized companies who really need you, who want you. And you have the skills you need from your course in the first semester to really be of use to them, to get phenomenal responsibility and really make a difference in your resume and really get some amazing work experience in the high-tech world as well. Beyond that, you'll also be doing classes and the field trips that I already mentioned, same as in the first semester. But the field trips will take place every other week, and your tech tours will also take place every other week during the second semester as well. That is the core program. If you want to add on to your experience in the tech world, you can do also about international travel as well. On the tech track, you can do one trip per semester. So in the first semester, you choose between Spain and United Arab Emirates. And in the second semester, you can choose between Ethiopia or Italy. In each of those countries, again, we're going to see the main tourist sites and the attractions in those countries, whether that's the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, whether that's the Colosseum in Rome, going to a flamenco dancing or a Barcelona soccer match. We're going to do all of those kind of experiences in each of the countries we go to. We're also going to learn about the local Jewish communities in each of the countries we go to by meeting and interacting with the local Jewish communities and understanding the Jewish narrative in each of those countries as well. And then as a Zionist program, we're also going to do a seminar on the Israeli embassies in each of the countries we go to. And the more countries you go to, you get to understand Israel's place in the world and Israel's place in the international community. You can choose as many trips as you like per semester, 1 trip, 2 trips, or you can do all 4 trips over the course of the year. Each trip is about 5 or 6 days long. If you're looking for something a little bit different from that, we have our Poland trip. Now, our Poland trip is for those people who really want to learn about the Jewish history of Europe and Poland specifically in the years before the World War II, and then learn all about its eventual destruction in World War II, in the Holocaust, in the Shoah, and we'll take you to the places where those atrocities really happened, teach you about it, show you what happened and how it happened, and we'll talk about that. And we'll also talk about the aftermath of the Shoah as well, and the rebirth of the Jewish community in Poland since the Shoah as well. And finally, we also have our Plus summer experiences as well that you can add on to your experience. We have 3 different options that take place between the end of the program in May and August. The first one is working in an American Jewish summer camp. And that is where we send you to work in an American Jewish summer camp. We've paired with NJY Camp, the largest Jewish summer camp in America. And you can work in different camps with different age kids, younger kids, older kids. There are camps for kids with special needs. There are also religious camps as well. And you can work in a variety of different positions in those camps. On the way to those camps, we'll also do a 3-day tour of New York City and a 3-day tour of Washington, D.C. If you would rather stay in Israel for those extra 2 and a bit months, then we can send you to work in Kibbutz Harduf with Project 10. In the Kibbutz Harduf, you're going to work a couple of days a week in Bedouin villages, teaching English in the schools and working with the children. And then you'll do some agricultural work as well with people with special needs. And you'll also work with youth at risk in different projects they do as well on the kibbutz as well. So it's extending your Israel experience, spending more time in Israel, working alongside other Israelis who are your age and other people from all over the world, and making a difference to Israeli society in a kibbutz kind of experience. And that's where you get to experience what a kibbutz is all about as well. For the final summer plus experience we offer is volunteering in Africa. Right now, we're offering experiences in both Uganda and in Ghana, where you can go and work for 6 to 8 weeks in a village in Uganda and Ghana, specifically working with children, both in their school program and in their after-school program. And whilst we're there, we'll spend time getting to know the village, getting to know a little bit of Africa, doing some sightseeing as well. But you're very much there to volunteer and give of yourself, connecting with other Jews from around the world, and also with Israelis who are also going to be volunteering at the same time as you. That's everything we offer on our program. I do want to mention that we do have early bird specials. If you're thinking of coming in our full semester program starting in September, if you sign up and pay the deposit
by December the 15th,
you can get one of our international trips for free. That's to Ethiopia, Spain, United Arab Emirates, or Italy. And if you're thinking of coming in January for our spring semester program, if you pay the deposit by June the 15th, then you can get one of those trips that I just mentioned for free as well. If you want more information, please contact us. We'd be happy to answer all of your questions about the TAC track. And if you're interested in any of our other programs, the classic track, the culinary track, or the service track, then please also be in touch with us and we'll refer you to those presentations as well. Thank you very much. Imagine your year. Now come live it.